Have you ever wondered how a baby floating in a basket became the man who split the sea? Or how a group of forgotten slaves ended up becoming a nation? This isn't just an old Bible story. It's a story of courage, miracles, rebellion, and hope. And maybe, just maybe, it has something to do with you. This is Exodus. Let's go back to where it all began. Many years before Moses was born, the Israelites were not slaves at all. They came to Egypt during a famine. Joseph, one of their own, had become a powerful man there, second only to Pharaoh. He brought his father, Jacob, and all his brothers and their families to live in Egypt. At first, they were welcome. Protected. Federal, but after many generations passed, a new Pharaoh came. One who didn't know Joseph. One who feared the growing number of Israelites. And so, he turned them into slaves. The Israelites built Egypt's great cities, but they suffered deeply. And Pharaoh made it worse. He ordered something horrifying: every Hebrew baby boy must be thrown into the Nile River. But one mother couldn't do it. She hid her baby as long as she could. When it became too dangerous, she made a small basket, placed him inside, and let him float down the Nile. Can you imagine how that felt? Letting go, not knowing what would happen. But God was watching. The baby floated gently, right into the hands of Pharaoh's daughter. She opened the basket, and the baby cried. She fell in love with him instantly. And here's the twist: the baby's sister had followed the basket. She ran up to Pharaoh's daughter and said,
"Shall I find someone to care for the baby until he's older?"
The princess said yes. And so, the baby's mother was chosen to nurse him and raise him, until he was old enough to live in the palace. They named him Moses, meaning, drawn out of the water. Moses grew up as royalty, but deep down, he knew he didn't belong there. He watched his people suffer. And one day, he saw an Egyptian beating a Hebrew slave. He couldn't stay silent. Moses attacked, and killed the Egyptian. Then he ran. Far away. In the desert, Moses saw something strange: a bush on fire. But it wasn't turning to ash. He stepped closer. And then, he heard a voice. "Moses! Take off your sandals. You're standing on holy ground." God said, "I have seen my people's suffering. Go to Pharaoh. Tell him, let my people go." Moses was shocked. "Me? I can't do that." But God said, "I will be with you." Moses returned to Egypt and faced Pharaoh. "Let my people go," said Moses to Pharaoh, but Pharaoh said no. So God showed his power through signs, 10 plagues. Each plague was a warning. A message: let them go. But Pharaoh kept saying no, until the final plague. That night, every Egyptian firstborn died. Only then, did Pharaoh give in. "Go," he said. "Take your people, and leave." As the Israelites fled, Pharaoh changed his mind, and sent his army after them. The people were trapped between the Red Sea and Pharaoh's soldiers. Then Moses lifted his staff. Water rises, forming giant walls on both sides. The sea split. They walked through on dry land. When the Egyptians followed, the sea collapsed. The Israelites were finally free. At a mountain called Sinai, God gave Moses something even greater than freedom: 10 commandments, a way to live. Love God. Respect others. Tell the truth. Do what's right. Not just a list of rules, but a path to becoming a people of purpose. The desert wasn't easy. They doubted. Complained. Even made mistakes. But God stayed. He gave them bread from heaven. Water from rocks. A cloud to guide them by day and fire by night. He never left them. Moses led them for 40 years. He didn't get to enter the promised land himself. But he saw it from afar. And he knew, the promise was real. God was faithful. The story of Exodus isn't just about Egypt. It's about all of us. About anyone who's ever felt stuck. Trapped. Lost. Waiting for something more. So I'll ask you, what's your Egypt? What's your Red Sea? What's the thing you need to be free from? Because the God who parted the sea, still makes a way today.